All right, and good evening, Unbound Spirits. What is going on this wonderful 4/4/2018? This is my daily update. So, like I said, I'm trying to slowly move into a new format, and I'm figuring out that I just am not ready to do that. What I'm doing is going through my daily goals, my daily intentions, and realizing I'm still quite behind in doing those. So, I've decided that through some insight, I'm going to approach those a little bit differently. Now, I managed to get 2 out of 3 things done today. One of them was almost done, but horseshoes and hand grenades, so I'm not counting it. What I'm going to start doing is instead of looking forward for what's going to be most impactful for the next day, I've been running a list at the end of each day in my journal for what for every single thing I came across my day, and from that I'm going to, instead of say assume I know well enough to know what's going to be impactful for that day, I'm going to constantly be looking back, because no matter what I do, I'm going to have a backlog. So the idea is to constantly clear out my backlog until I have nothing left, and then move forward in looking at my future tasks. That probably seems obvious. I guess I was stubborn. It's one of those things that you need to experience by kind of resetting all of your everything. I guess for me it was for me to realize how I can be more effective in other things. But to be fair, the projects I'm working on are all fairly large, and I do it with fairly small teams, and most of these things that are really behind are internal projects that just really need to get done if I'm going to look forward to any business or personal growth, and especially an income that's going to allow me to do this in the long term, in order for me to kind of devote my life towards this, towards personal efficacy, training, economic development, and in providing what I can to the most people possible. It's going to require a large amount of resources or a steady stream of volunteers. You tell me which one is going to be easier to get. Really tell me if you have an idea. So before I go too deeply into this, also you're invited to share what happened with you this day, your intentions, your priority tasks, what got done, what didn't get done, any insights you've learned, and just anything. I have been benefiting from kind of sharing those back and forths. So today I did not finish the easiest task, was to create a flow chart of an ad revenue system that has multiple parts that need to be integrated between ClickFunnels, MailChimp, Facebook, websites. Didn't get done. It was actually a little bit more daunting. It requires some thinking to execute right. And anyone who is watching this that's ever worked in marketing probably understands that. So on the other hand, I managed to launch a staging demo for a piece of software that I'm developing as an economic development project. I'm making software, a suite of software that's going to be free for people of need or of risk, that can benefit the city in general by using this for economic development. It's a really cool thing. So in other words, certain businesses can use it, entrepreneur groups. It's going to be a pretty fun project. I also managed to schedule all the appointments on my list, and get that moving forward. So that was also successful, collaborating with people. Strangely, I couldn't draw a graphic with a paper and a pen. But the big insight is to look backwards to look ahead, to really be much more, it's the attention then intention. Just focus on awareness first, rather than thinking that I know better than reality. Now, as far as this, I'm not going to forget this time. Tomorrow, my intention is to incentivize the organization I've been working on. All in all, I've been moving kind of slowly, but there's a lot of stuff going on, including where am I going to put the stuff I'm moving out of the house, and where am I going to shuffle other things around for this home temple project, this personal monastery. And I'm going to incentivize these things. I have there are things like just daily chores and habits, from sweeping the floor like a good monk and other such things. How am I going to make sure that these get done, that they're triggers for the behaviors and everything else? Now, besides that, my 3 priority tasks, one of them is the software edition for a client, a file manager specifically for people, for users under that software. I need to, and if you're watching this and you happen to be a Firebase mobile app developer, do drop me a line, because I'm looking for one. But I need to contact a client of mine about a Firebase project, and I need to record 2 lessons for that week goal that I mentioned. So I need to record 2 of those, and that's it. Once I'm able to do that, then I would be complete with the day. That being said, that's still daunting. I'm likely to only get 2 or 3 of those done, and that is a good idea of how effective I am and what I'm not effective at. Sooner or later, I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to only assign myself these tasks I'm good at, and by just being very good at them, be able to hire more people to take on the tasks that I might not be as good at, and not just do the stuff I'm good at, eventually do the stuff that only I can do, where I require my own special vision, talents, and expertise in, and then assign them in the same way, which is the only real way I see for growth and mastery for myself and everybody involved in my companies. So that's the goal. I don't have anything else, and so I'm going to bid you adieu again. Please share any of your updates for the day, for the week, and share any of your goals. How's your progress? Did you make a weekly goal? Did you make a monthly goal? Have you been working on those? I'd love to see it. Also, today, the Make It Snappy podcast, productivity podcast, put out an interview I had with them, episode 134. So go ahead and check that out if you're in the group, or go to the Make It Snappy podcast and check it out for yourself. I'd love to hear what you have to say about my productivity tips or anything else. It's really highly associated with stuff I'm doing here. And yeah, let me know. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.